dialogue series. Bureaucrats India is an online initiative designed to celebrate the stories of good governance from across the world. And today we have with us very young and dynamic IAS officer from 2013 batch Gujarat cadre, Stuti Charan ma'am. Ma'am, we welcome you to this edition of Bureaucrats India Dialogue. Stuti ma'am has always aspired to contribute towards betterment of society, which made her opt for civil services. Her dream to pursue a career in this field came true in 2012 when she secured All India rank third. Currently, she is serving as District Magistrate Chhotaudepur. Previously, she has served as DDO Aravali, District Development Officer, Sabar, Sabarkantha, Regional Commissioner of Municipalities in Rajkot Zone. As DM Chhota Udaipur, she has been doing commendable works towards development of the district and has brought some significant digital reforms. In this edition of BI Dialogue, she joins Dr. Navneet Anand, Editor-in-Chief of Bureaucrats India, in an insightful conversation over her plans for Chhota Udaipur. I request Sir to take this conversation forward. And so,
hello and welcome. Happy Makar Sankranti to all. And it's an auspicious day today. And we are happy to have with us Stuti Charan, a very young and dynamic IAS officer of Gujarat cadre and presently serving as DM and District Collector of Chhotaudepur District. You're welcome and such a great delight for all of us.
Thank you, Navneet. Thank you for inviting me on this platform.
Thank you. As Sweta said, Bureaucrats India is designed to celebrate stories of good governance, designed to bring out stories of officers like Stuti Charan, who are doing incredible work across the length and breadth of the country. We believe at Bureaucrats India that these are the stories that must be celebrated and told as many times as possible in order for us, the citizens, to know the kind of work being done day in and day out by our bureaucrats. Bureaucrats India is an independent initiative designed by us at Grey Matters Communications, and you are requested to please follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, Insta, and LinkedIn channels. It goes by the name of Bureaucrats IND, at Bureaucrats IND. We also have a channel called DCs of India, which is also very popular, where we are happy to have stories from that of Gujarat and everywhere else. We'll begin the discussion with Stuti Charan, IAS and District Collector of Chhotaudepur District, by asking her a question that is very, very close to her heart. Uplifting the weakest among the weak is central to the idea of good governance. Stuti, what is your take on this, please?
Navneet, I always believe that good governance is basically whatever duties that is assigned to us or anybody who is in this field. If we are following that particular job properly, meticulously, and if we are visiting the fields where the real realities we can come across, so that helps us in getting the feedback, and then we correct the implementation strategies. So basically, the good governance is where you all are made accountable for whatever work we do. We are responsible for all the outputs of that particular work. And yes, taking feedback and participation is very much important. And teamwork, it is extremely important in giving the better results for any work which is assigned to us.
Chhota Udaipur district is a tribal dominated district, Stuti ji. कौन-कौन से measures लिए हैं आपने or those who have been taken in the past that have been addressed to improve their lot?
In my previous postings where I have served as a district development officer, so most of the time was focusing on the health indicators and Anganwadi education. That was very close to my heart. And while serving on various posts as DDO in Aravali and Sabarkantha, I focus for girl child basically. As we all know that like girl child birth is not celebrated in many of the families, even the literate families. So that was also a tribal district, and we started an initiative where we used to celebrate the birth of the girl child in the hospital itself. And all the officers, all the employees of the PHC, CHC sub centers where the girl child is born. So we used to do kumkum tilak to the girl child and the mother, and we used to give some hygiene kits to the mother and the newborn girl child. And we also took the initiative where we developed the Nanhi Pari one. We named that project as Nanhi Pari, which was appreciated throughout the state. And that Nanhi Pari one we started in all the PHCs and CHCs and even the Gram Panchayats where the land was available. And we used to plant medicinal plants and various other aromatic plants. And also we ensured that the mother who is expecting, who is coming for the ANC checkups, she is told and her family is told that having a girl child is a blessing. So we should never feel that I have been blessed with a girl child. So all that factors we roped in. And we also developed a mechanism that whenever a child is born, the Aadhaar card and the birth certificate was issued to the girl child same day.
That's wonderful. In fact, नन्ही परी पे एक हमारा अलग से क्वेश्चन था, आपने ऑलरेडी बताया. वेरी गुड. स्तुति जी, जो छोटा नागपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट है उसमें हम लोग देख रहे थे कि फॉरेस्ट एरिया करीब 75,704 हेक्टेयर्स है और इसमें डिपॉजिट्स हैं डोलोमाइट के, फ्लोराइट, ग्रेनाइट एंड सैंड, ऑल ऑफ विच आर माइंड. तो एक प्रश्न उठता है कि आर ट्राइबल्स द प्रिंसिपल बेनिफिशियरी ऑफ दीज नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज और फ्रिंज बेनिफिशियरीज? आई मीन दिस इज a question that you can reflect on, please.
Yes, Chhotaudepur district is a tribal belt, and it is very much blessed with the forest area. More than 70% is covered with forest. एंड सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि हमारे जितने भी फॉरेस्ट में रहने वाले लोग हैं वो लोग फॉरेस्ट को बहुत प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं, उसकी देखभाल कर रहे हैं, इंक्लूडिंग द फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट टीम ऑल्सो. सो बहुत सारे ऐसी वन मंडलियां बनाई गई हैं जो माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस हैं उसको वो यूज करते हैं. हमारे जिले में कस्टर्ड एप्पल विच इज सीताफल एंड वेरियस अदर प्रोडक्ट्स आर वेरी पॉपुलर. सो जो वन मंडलियां हैं, दे आर अर्निंग गुड अमाउंट इन द सीजन, इन द हार्वेस्ट सीजन्स. And yes, they are getting all those benefits which is as per the act and the rules, and they are having the good share of it. And yes, various other developmental activities which is undertaken, it helps them to have a sense of belongingness, and it is improving the economic conditions also.
Wonderful, that's good to know. और ये वन बंधु वाला जो आपने बताया, कस्टर्ड एप्पल, जब हम लोग कभी उधर आएंगे तो जरूर कोशिश करेंगे. आई रियली लव दैट फ्रूट. जी. इससे एक रिलेटेड प्रश्न है कि द डिस्ट्रिक्ट इज आल्सो होम टू अ लार्ज डेयरी इंडस्ट्री. इसका कोई इतिहास हो? ऑफ कोर्स वी नो ऑफ हाउ गुजरात हैज created history of sorts with the Amul cooperative movement, but छोटा उदयपुर में भी हम लोगों को पता चला कि डेयरी इज वेरी प्रोमिनेंट. इसके बारे में बताइए स्तुति जी.
जी हाँ, हमारे यहाँ पे मोस्टली एग्रीकल्चर एंड एनिमल हस्बेंड्री डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत बड़ा एक रोल है, बिकॉज जो लोग हैं वो कृषि और पशुपालन व्यवसाय में ज्यादातर जुड़े हुए हैं. और इट वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ बड़ौदा डिस्ट्रिक्ट इनिशियली. सो जो यहाँ के पशुपालक हैं उन्हें बहुत अच्छा प्राइस मिलता है उनके जो भी मिल्क वो लोग सबमिट करते हैं अपने डेयरी सेंटर्स पे जाके. सो अभी छोटा उदयपुर में ये बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर है एंड पीपल आर ऑल्सो हैप्पी. पशुपालकों की जो नॉट जस्ट द प्राइस फॉर द मिल्क, बट उन्हें काफी ट्रेनिंग्स भी दी जाती हैं, उन्हें टेक्नोलॉजिकल अपग्रेडेशंस भी बताए जाते हैं किस तरीके से साइंटिफिक वे में उन्हें पशुपालन करना है. तो इन सभी से, इन ट्रेनिंग से उन्हें बहुत सहायता मिल रही है. और हमारे यहाँ पे रिसेंटली एक बहुत बड़ा चिलिंग प्लांट भी बनाया गया है. तो वो फ्यूचर में उसके जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स होंगे, इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प इन इंक्रीजिंग द फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी एंड फाइनेंशियल strength of all the जो पशुपालक है उनके लिए.
Ji, thank you, my dear friends. You're watching another edition, a fresh edition of BI Dialogues, where we have with us Stuti Charan, IAS, and District Collector of Chhotaudepur District in Gujarat. And you please follow us on our social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, and Insta, and LinkedIn. It goes by the name at Bureaucrats IND, and our website is www.bureaucratsindia.in. I now request my colleague Sweta Bharti to please have her questions posed to ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, recently humankind faced a huge crisis in form of COVID-19 pandemic. How was your experience during this pandemic? Also, how your training as administrator helped you deal with this crisis?
Yes, you are right, Sweta ji. We are still in that pandemic situation. And during the first and second wave of this pandemic, I was serving as a regional commissioner of municipalities in Rajkot zone. And I was assigned a special duty to manage the COVID beds in the district. And it was a tough situation. And every day we used to make priorities, and priorities keep changing. And the main thing was to ensure that every person, every patient who is in the need of bed is provided the bed in time. So I'm very glad to share that despite the tough situations, 24/7 the control room was on, and with the help of team and everybody's support, we could ensure that all the patients who called us on the control room for the beds, for ICU oxygen beds, it was given in time. And that was a time where many painful situations we saw, but those patients who recovered, and they gave us a lot of blessings. So those blessings are still fresh in my mind. So whenever I feel low, I always read those lines of blessings that yes, as a part of administration, we could help all those patients in the pandemic. So yes, that experience also paved a way that what next we can do, and what better we can do to serve our citizens.
That's good to know, ma'am. Health has always been one of your key priorities. When you were posted as DDO Sabarkantha, you took up a task of taking care of maternal health and pregnancy. Can you tell us a little bit about that initiative and what all you did under it?
Yes, sure. In DDO Sabarkantha's tenure, we monitor the pregnant mothers, their health, and we came across a fact that in my district that time, the maternal deaths were happening because of one of the major reason was the cardiac issues, which was in the pregnant mothers. So with the help of our health team, we developed a mechanism where all the pregnant women, right from their first trimester till last, if at all they are having any cardiac issues during the pregnancy time, it was closely monitored by the cardiologist and of course the gynecologist. So whenever we came across a patient who is having some cardiac issues, we referred them to the hospitals in Ahmedabad, and we ensured that till their last trimester, the pregnancy is safe and they do not develop further cardiac issues. So continuous monitoring of their cardiac issues and gynecological health conditions, we could save many lives.
That's wonderful, ma'am. You also took up a task of rejuvenating river in 30-kilometer stretch. Can you tell us a little about that?
In Sabarkantha's tenure, we had a Jal Sanchay Abhiyan launched in May 2018. And we thought of doing a river rejuvenation project. It was a 13-kilometer stretch of river. This river starts from Rajasthan's Mamera village, and it flows through the Khed Brahma taluka of the Sabarkantha, and finally it joins the Sabarmati river. So we took almost 459 types of works, which includes check dams, check walls, plugging, and we ensured that all these structures are completed in 2 months' time before the arrival of monsoon. And we were extremely happy with the results, and we conducted a lot of gram sabhas with the villagers. It benefited almost 5 villages that came across the 13-kilometer stretch. and we could improve the water wells and recharge water wells. And the farmers who were doing their agriculture in that belt, they were extremely happy to have that storage of water capacity, and they used it for their crop production. So that was a very, very satisfying project that we took.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for that. Namisa?
So, my dear friends, you're watching BI Dialogues, an initiative of Bureaucrats India. जैसा कि आप बहुत सारे लोग राजस्थान में, आप राजस्थान की प्राइड है, छोटे से गांव से, खरी खल्ला गांव से आकर फिर भिलवाड़ा में पढ़कर और ऑल इंडिया रैंक 3rd, हम लोग कुछ पर्सनल सवालात पूछेंगे और कैसे व्हाट इज द स्टोरी ऑफ हर इंस्पिरेशन, कैसे स्तुति जी की के माता पिता और बहन नीति ने क्या कंट्रीब्यूट किया इनके लाइफ और करियर में. But before that, some more questions on administration. Rathwar tribes are known for producing the Pithoda mural paintings by mixing colors with liquor and milk and then using it to depict intricate motifs and scenes on the wall of their village dwellings. This could potentially be a big market. Is there any plans, ma'am, to take it this form of art to on a global level, on a national level, and a global level, perhaps?
Yes, of course. This Pithora painting is very much unique to our district, and it is extremely beautiful. And everyone who sees this painting, they fall in love with this Pithora painting. Yes, the painters are in good acclaims all over country also, and also planning to enroll this Pithora painting in upcoming tourism projects that we have undertaken for the district. So definitely we wish to see that this painting gets new highs.
Wonderful. We wish you all the best for that.
Thank you.
Urban development, Stuti ji, as you know better than me, is a multi-stakeholder exercise which requires coordination with multiple departments, local authorities, and people. Do you think the required synergy has been evolved? And this is more of a generic question. Administrators like you who bring in a lot of expertise, we also try and bring some generic issues. Do you think the district administration has been able to kind of evolve that system as yet?
Yes, of course. Urban development and rural development both needs proper attention and equal attention, I would say, as Gujarat is quite urbanized state, and in urban areas, we ensure as a part of administration that the major functions of the municipalities or corporation is like providing good roads, infrastructure, drainage, STPs, clean water, electricity, in terms of hygiene, door-to-door collection of the garbage, and various other activities like that goes on. So as a part of administration, I have already served in urban areas as a regional commissioner of municipalities. So we have a very good system of follow-ups and the field visits, as I said earlier. Nowadays, whatever projects we take in urban areas and rural areas, उसको बहुत ही scientifically किया जाता है and as per the demand of the people. So we are continuously taking the feedback from the people, what more amenities they want to improve in their city, any other addition they want to make, maybe the parks, the museums, anything that they also wish, maybe the iconic place of the district, iconic place in any Nagarpalika area and corporation area. So yes, the administration is now focusing a lot on all the aspects connecting rural and urban also.
और उससे एक जुड़ा हुआ सवाल, of course, as you rightly said, Gujarat is very, very urbanized and also has created a lot of templates for administration across the country. So I know of one Gunotsav program. I don't know what it's called. It is called in. It's called Gunotsav in Gujarat, and similarly, so you have created a template for many states to follow. There are multiple best practices. Now, having said that, so the more urbanized we become, the more lure of the urban the Surats and the Ahmedabads and the Gandhinagar, does it create a kind of an influx? Because there is a perception that rural is falling behind, whereas urban is gaining ground, moving ahead. So, and that is where there has to be a synergy of equitable development in both urban and rural areas. Your thoughts on this, Stuti ji?
Yes, the citizens do have that tendency that शहर में काफी सुविधाएं होती हैं, but I just want to put some points that in our state, rural part is equally focused. Nowadays, in rural villages, you have the amenities that the cities also have. Yes, it could be on a smaller scale, but आज हमारे गांव भी बहुत developed हैं. They have light connections throughout 24/7. They have good supply of water. They have good road infrastructure. They have good institutes for study. The augmentation of health facilities, education sector, everything is now in the villages also. So villages are equally competing with the city areas. Of course, there is a gap, there is a lag, but this gap is also covering very fast. So nowadays, village also is having almost all good quality of amenities that cities do have.
Good. I have read sociology and we have read rural India, and we keep hearing of the, now it is cliched, more cliched than anything else, about the great yawning divide between the rural and the urban. That when I now travel to rural areas, I find a different rural India. It's been long that I traveled to Gujarat, but I'm told naturally the rural is very, very well competing. Glad to know that. What's the composition in Chhota Udaipur, Stuti ji? आपके यहाँ rural urban का balance कैसा है? और
We have one Nagar Palika here, and most of the part is rural in this district.
जी, तो आपके priorities क्या क्या हैं? As an administrator, what are some of the priorities that you may have set? You are very new in the district, but still, what are the priorities that you have set, Stuti ji?
My priorities are obviously towards right now the health infrastructure is my priority, and I always have keen interest in education part, and being this tribal part, we are ensuring a lot of developmental projects like roads and bridges are there. Electricity works are also going on. So focusing on those basic amenities that reach till the last. And I'm also focusing on the internet and the connectivity, the electronic connectivity part that I have initiated. So that is also my focus, other than the routine works also. And as I always believe that being in this position, various departments need a land like NECHC, PHC, Anganwadi, school. They all need land to get construction so that the amenity can be created. So various developmental projects need land clearances. So yes, we are focusing on such important aspects also so that there are no more delays from the departmental sides. So we are doing all that interdepartmental coordination. So whatever complaints, whatever issues we receive, we try to address that as soon as possible so that the developmental project does not get delayed.
You said about e-push that you're giving, e-governance. Can you share some initiatives on that count?
Yes, as I told that the district is mostly tribal area, and we have a project which is called as Jila Swagat. It was already there in the Gujarat. It is a basically platform जहाँ पे लोग अपनी शिकायतें लेके आते हैं जिला मजिस्ट्रेट के पास में, और उनकी जो भी शिकायतें होती हैं उनका निराकरण जिला मजिस्ट्रेट के सामने किया जाता है. This system was already existing in our state since long, but I thought कि अगर जो हमारे दूर के गांव से जो लोग आते हैं उन्हें ट्रैवल करके आना होता है, उन्हें काफी अपना पैसा व्यय करना पड़ता है, और अगर हम कुछ ऐसा सिस्टम डेवलप कर सके जहां उन्हें यहाँ तक आने की जरूरत ना पड़े और वे अपने गांव में बैठे बैठे ही अपनी समस्या सुना सकते हैं, और हम गांव में ही और अपने जितने भी फील्ड ऑफिसर्स हैं उन्हें उनके ही ऑफिस में ही लाइव करके और उनसे सवाल और उनके जवाब दे सकते हैं. सो वी स्टार्टेड दिस ई जिला स्वागत program, which is a modification of the already existing Jila Swagat, but on the electronic mode. For that, we developed a system where सभी ग्राम पंचायतों में VCs होते हैं, तलाटीज होते हैं. So we created a separate email ID for जिला स्वागत, ई जिला स्वागत. So जो भी गांव के व्यक्ति को अपनी शिकायत दर्ज करानी है वो ग्राम पंचायत के ऑफिस में जाके तलाटी को या वीसी को बता सकते हैं, और वो उस पर्टिकुलर ईमेल आईडी पे उनकी शिकायतों को या उनके जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स जो वो हमें बताना चाहते हैं, जो भी वो कागज हमें बताना चाहते हैं, उसे अपलोड कर सकते हैं। एंड वी हैव अ सिस्टम ऑफ फिल्टरिंग ऑल दोज ईमेल्स। उसके बाद हम उन्हें इसी तरीके से जूम आईडी क्रिएट करके उन्हें एप्लीकेशंस पे लाइव सुनते हैं, और 1 से 2 दिन पहले उन्हें बता दिया जाता है कि आप इस समय हमसे बात कर सकते हैं। एंड वी आर डूइंग इट सिंस लास्ट 3 months, सो काफी अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स हमें मिल रहा है, और वी आर एक्चुअली एबल टू सेव द ट्रेवल टाइम एंड आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ द विलेजर्स।
जी, इस मैसेज को आप एक गुजराती में बोल देंगी तो शायद जो भी लोग सुन रहे हैं कि आप कैसे, अगर अपनी कोई आपका ग्रीवांस है, कोई इशू है, अगर आप गुजराती में बोल देंगे, हम लोग फिर उसको अलग से भी प्रचार करेंगे इसका। दिस इज अ वंडरफुल इनिशिएटिव स्तुति जी।
છોટાઉદેપુર જિલ્લામાં ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક ઈ જિલ્લા સ્વાગતનો એક કાર્યક્રમ, એક પહેલ શરૂ કરવામાં આવેલ છે, જે સપ્ટેમ્બરમાં શરૂ કરવામાં આવેલ હતી, સપ્ટેમ્બર 2021માં। આ પોર્ટલ ઉપર તમારે કોઈ પણ ફરિયાદ કરવાની હોય, જિલ્લા સ્વાગત માટે કોઈ પ્રશ્ન હોય, તો આપે આપના ગ્રામ પંચાયતમાં તલાટી કે વીસીને આપની ફરિયાદ લખાવી શકો છો। એ આ એક પર્ટિક્યુલર ઈમેલ આઈડી ઉપર અપલોડ કરશે, અને આપનો જે પ્રશ્ન હશે એ જિલ્લા ને મોકલવામાં આવશે, અને અમે લોકો અહીંયાથી આપના પ્રશ્નને સાંભળવા માટે તે જ જગ્યા તમારા ઘરેથી તમારે જોઈન કરવાનું હોય કે ગ્રામ પંચાયતમાંથી જોઈન કરવાનું હોય, આપે એ દિવસે ઝૂમ ઉપર આપે આપનો પ્રશ્ન બતાવી શકો છો, અને અમે પણ અને બધા જ અધિકારીઓ પણ લાઈવ થઈને આપનો પ્રશ્ન સાંભળી શકે છે, અને તાત્કાલિક આપને તમારો પ્રશ્નનો જવાબ પણ આપી શકે છે। And Navneet, after this initiative, we always have to answer in written. So this was a paperless thing that we started. Now we do not give any paper of the answer or solution, whatever is instruction given. They just receive a message in the form of PDF on their WhatsApp number, if they do have WhatsApp. If they do not have any phone number or Android, हम उस जवाब को पेपरलेसली डिजिटली ही उस ग्राम पंचायत के ईमेल आईडी पे फॉरवर्ड कर देते हैं for their future use. So this is basically a paperless and more of a digitalized way of communication.
Sweta, I'd request that we should capture this best practice and try do a story on this. Stuti ji, what is the response so far? कितने ग्रीवांस अभी तक आए और कितना resolution हुआ?
In last 3 months, almost I would say more than 15 to 20 questions have been addressed, and whatever was the solution, whatever was the instruction as per the kind of complaint, the concerned officers have submitted their reports, and the person who has made that complaint, he has already received the answers. So that way we are doing a cross follow-up also, whether they received the electronic answer or not. So far 15 to 20 questions have been answered.
This is very good, given that in rural setup, अगर एक किसान है, अगर वो एक अपनी शिकायत लेके और जा रहा है, उसका पूरा उस दिन का वो काम अफेक्ट होता है, उसके पास उसको पैसा लगता है ट्रैवल करने में. So this is amazing. I would like to share that I earn my bread and butter from a company called Grey Matters Communications, and as part of a CSR initiative of Grey Matters Communications, we have started an initiative called READI, READI, Rural Empowerment and Awareness, a digital initiative where we are trying to, so we have spoken to a farmers group, we are speaking to Jivika Didis of Bihar, we are speaking to youth and helping them to learn the basics of how to use digital this thing. So we would reach out to you as well to perhaps run a program to create awareness as to how, if in case they are using, how to use digital. And this is our modest endeavor to basically address the challenge of the so-called, not so-called, but the digital divide, which is bridging very fast, but this is our modest effort. That's wonderful to know, Stuti ji, this and all the best for your future of this program. You also have some monuments, lakes, water bodies in your district. Any thoughts on that? You have any specific roadmap to preserve and protect these?
Yes, we do have a separate committee for our tourism projects. We have Pariyatan committee. So we keep taking various religious sites and ponds which are iconic to the district. So a lot of projects are already in the pipeline for the development. We also have ecotourism site at Kevadi, which is very famous for the flying squirrel. So it is very unique in our Chhotaudepur district. So we are also doing a project for the eco villages also. But they're all in pipeline. So yes, various factors are there related to the tourism part, and we are focusing to provide employment to the local people in all those tourism related projects, so that they get their livelihood from the same district.
ग्रेट. केवड़ी का नाम लिया और बहुत सारे साथियों को मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि एक यूनिक चीज है छोटा उदयपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में. एक वहां पे देयर इज अ जेंटलमैन बाय द नेम ऑफ शाहिद बिकापुर वाला. शाहिद बिकापुर वाला केवड़ी के हैं और उनका एक प्रोविजन स्टोर है उबा सेठ शॉप, जो 24 घंटे चलता है, जिसमें ना कोई दरवाजा है, ना ताला है और ना कोई शॉपकीपर है. सो इट वाज इतना अच्छा लगा पढ़ के. तो अपने आप में एक अनूठा प्रयास है. आपको इसके बारे में जानकारी है स्तुति जी?
I have also read in the newspapers, but not much as such.
Okay, all right. Sweta, over to you.
Yes. Ma'am, recently there has been reports of marijuana cultivation in the district Chhotaudepur. And while it's a lucrative way of earning money, it has several social impact as well. While the penal action is one route, is there something that administration has been doing to wean tribals away from this practice? If so, can you please tell us about it?
Yeah, in these instances, our police department is very active in this, and they are also doing a lot of social orientations and counselings with their teams. They are visiting such villages where such practices have been seen. So the police department is doing a commendable job. They are telling them, they are counseling them that this is not a right way to earn your livelihood. So various ICs being done, various social programs with the help of police department, they are continuously doing in such areas.
Okay. Last but not the least, what is your message for people of Chhotaudepur? This can be in Gujarati as well. And what kind of support do you expect from them to accelerate the growth in the district?
Message for the district and the people is key. We are always there as a part of administration. We try to understand your point of views also, and all the stakeholders are important for the overall progress of the district. So as a part of administration, I am always there, and anytime we can hear the complaints, we can address those issues which are pertinent, which is very important for the development of the district. So we will focus that developmental part and all the basic things, basic infrastructure in the district.
नहीं, वो लास्ट नहीं था कुछ. हम आपसे पर्सनल आपके बारे में, बिकॉज दिस आल्सो सर्व्स एज एन इंस्पिरेशन टू millions, I would say, of aspirants who are wanting to reach where you have reached. स्तुति जी, अपनी लाइफ जर्नी बताइए. जैसा मैंने बताया, छोटे से गांव से निकल के और ऑल इंडिया रैंक 3rd, इनक्रेडिबल. और आप एक छोटे से जगह हरदा भिलवाड़ा में पढ़ी, और कैसे रहा? एक अच्छा लगेगा सुनकर हम लोगों को.
Navneet ji, I was born in Jodhpur, a small village, Kharikala. It's my father's native place. And most of our education was at different places because my mother and father were in government job. So we kept changing our schools and places. But most of my education since class 8th to 12th was in Bhilwara, small town, Hurda. So it is a Vivekanand Kendra Vidyalaya. That is my school where we have studied till 12th. So it follows the ideals of Swami Vivekanand ji. It is managed by Kanyakumari Trust. And after my schooling, I went for my graduation in biotechnology in Jodhpur. And I had my subjects as zoology, botany, and biotechnology. After graduation, I also did MBA in HR and marketing. And I always had a dream of being in this civil services because most of my family members and my grandfather was also an IAS of 74 batch in Rajasthan. So we always had that support from my parents, my dad, my mother, my sister. So that dream then started after the MBA. And I started my preparation in 2010. And it was my third attempt where I could clear the civil services, and I achieved third rank in my third attempt, 2012's written exam. So overall, the support of parents was, uh, I would say, they were our pillars. And my dad, he always believed that we are not less than boys, we are more than boys. So my dad, my mom, my sister, she's also a dentist, and right now she's also a topper in GPSC exam. Recently, she has cleared the GPSC with the rank 5. So we had a good support from our family. And I think a message to the aspirants would be, don't lose your hope. It is always said that don't lose your hope, but yes, it is a tough thing to self motivate yourself, and do not listen all what you come across. Just believe in yourself, and one day will be yours. So just work hard, and just take care of your health also, and earn as many blessings as you can. And everybody has a different study pattern. They have their own timetable. Some study for 8 hours, some study for 12 hours, some study night or day. That is totally up to you. So you better know how to plan, how to manage your time, and just keep listening, keep watching some motivating things, and listen all what you want, but do what you want.
uh, आपका botany और agriculture था, again a very unique combination. I don't know of many IAS officers who would have such a combination. क्या था उसका the background?
Navneet ji, as I told, I am already a graduate in botany and zoology, but agriculture was not my subject in any of my graduation time. But yes, agriculture के जो subject के topics थे, that was very close to botany and general topics, and one of the topic was of biotechnology, which was the second paper. And being a biotech graduate, I always had an edge that I can manage this subject. And botany and agriculture were almost, top priorities, and I never changed my subjects throughout my preparation. Sometimes you fail in exams, so people say just change your subject, adopt some other subject. But I always had firm belief in my own subjects. So I knew that I would clear this exam with science subjects only, and I did it.
Great. And before I have questions from the audience, one last question. How does it feel to come to your Karm Bhumi, being the land of Gandhi, Patel, and of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
I'm quite happy to be in this state, because this has very different work culture, and the work is really respected in this state. And we do a lot of hard work. We have a lot of support from the people also, everybody who is in the stakeholders list. So it's very good experience so far working in the state, and I'm extremely thankful.
Wonderful. We have some questions, of course, some compliments from Rakesh. Saket Charan बोल रहे हैं कि स्तुति दी हम लोगों के लिए आइडल हैं. विशाल पटेल जी हैं, वो कह रहे हैं. आर के भरत जी हैं that she is an inspiration for all. आस्था वर्मा है, वो कह रही हैं बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही. वी हैव सम क्वेश्चंस ऑन फेसबुक आल्सो. नाउ देयर इज दिस क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम जितेंद्र. वो कह रहे हैं कि कोविड काल में ट्राइबल लोगों को अवेयर कैसे किया गया. दैट वाज मस्ट हैव बीन अ टफ आस्क, कि या अभी भी जो चल रहा है जैसा. तो वैक्सीनेशन वगैरह को लेके किस तरह से आप लोग आउटरीच कर रही हैं?
Navneet ji, it's been 6 months in this district as a district collector, and we already had experienced 2 waves of COVID during my previous posting. So the moment I joined my district, being a tribal district, so the first thing was to augment the health infrastructure, and the vaccination was the most important thing. It was an uphill task for me. During my first or second day, the percentage of coverage was very, very low. It was hardly 3 to 4%, and it was a great team effort that I used all the departments, everybody who's working in this district, whether they belong to health sector or not. So with the help of all those teams, we made 65 nodal officers for PHC wise, CHC wise. we listed all those eligible beneficiaries with the help of Gram Sabhas, with the help of Sarpanches and every officer in the district. We made our teams, and every day we used to do morning sessions and night sessions for the vaccination. And there were instances where people were not ready to take the vaccination. So a lot of ice breaking and counseling was done with the help of local leaders also. And today, I'm glad to share that our first dose coverage is almost 83%, and our second dose coverage in the district is almost 99% against the eligible ones. And recently, we have also started vaccinating 15 to 18 years age for the young age kids, especially in schools. And we have almost covered 35,000 eligible people in 15 to 17 age group. So right now, most of the population is covered, and places where we do have some hesitancy, we are constantly doing the counseling, and we are in very good situation if I compare 5 months back.
Wonderful. We wish you all the best for a successful, because especially the children are vital for vaccination. And there is another question from the same gentleman, Jitendra. He's asking ki ट्राइबल डिस्ट्रिक्ट होने के कारण ट्राइबल आर्ट को डेवलप करने के लिए क्या कदम उठाए गए? ये आपने शायद इसका जवाब दे दिया था, बट कुछ और अगर बोलना चाहे।
जी बिल्कुल, हमारे यहाँ पे ट्राइबल आर्ट, ट्राइबल हैंडीक्राफ्ट बहुत ज़्यादा प्रचलित हैं। यहाँ पे बीड वर्क जो होता है, मोती का जो काम होता है, वो बहुत पॉपुलर है। यहाँ पे जो लाख जिसे कहा जाता है, लाख के बर्तन बहुत बनते हैं, लाख के जो तवे होते हैं, विच इज़ वेरी पॉपुलर। सो ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्राइबल आर्ट्स, ट्राइबल हैंडीक्राफ्ट, एम्ब्रॉयडरी है। Sankheda, as everybody knows, Sankheda is very popular furniture of our district. It is popular in Sankheda Taluka. It is very pious. So we are doing the 360-degree analysis of what major products we can in future project them in and combine it with our tourism part also.
आशा गोयल जी बोल रही हैं, VKV is proud of you, best wishes. सुमन बरात जी बता रहे हैं, Stuti ji has the highest marks till date in botany in UPSC exam. That's so wonderful to know. Anything else that towards the end you'd like to say? One message, of course, we want for Bureaucrats India, and any other message for anyone else? Stuti ji?
First of all, I would like to thank you that you this platform share my views, and it is an inspiration that people do ask us questions, and there are challenges in every work, and we do take up the challenges and we try to address those issues. So overall, I would just like to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my views.
Great. We shall keep coming back to you. In fact, you're doing some amazing work. This is just the beginning of your DM ship, and I'm sure. So we'll come back to you for that Jan Samvad, Jila Swagat program, and many more. I thank you, Stuti Charan ji, for joining this Bureaucrats India dialogue. I also take this opportunity to thank my team members, Rajiv Ranjan, Rakesh Singh, Ranjan Rajan, Naina Jha, Pooja Rai, Sweta Bharti, Vigya Dwivedi, Ankit, and many more for providing back-end support that make this program possible. I thank all my viewers for joining us in this edition of Bureaucrats India Dialogue. Do not forget to follow us on BI handles, which is at Bureaucrats IND, and look up us at our website www.bureaucratsindia.in. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you.